That is good banter.
Oh, Timmy, here we go, mate. How you going, buddy?
Oh, little flat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good sign. Pop the fucking button.
Jesus.
That's
big
a
weekend, mate.
Yeah, big weekend. You know, it's a big weekend when you're popping buttons on the old fucking pants. But anyway, they can stay undone. She was a big weekend. The voice is a bit croaky, the energy level's a bit low, and I am 50 shades of fucked, as would you be.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
Because what goes up must come down, and
That's right.
we were up and about. Because that,
riding high, mate.
Yeah, Friday night, great show. Saturday, great show. But boy, oh boy, Sunday was that the icing on the cake. A cracking show.
You couldn't have jammed any more in, mate. They even about an hour before the show started, someone, Maury came up who was running the room. He goes, someone wants to buy some more tickets, because I put a cap on the ticket sales because he said the capacity was 110, so I capped it at that. And, a bit below because I allowed for a few comps and things like that.
Got to allow for some compy comps.
We said, well, bugger that. Let's pump it up and see if we can turn this joint into a bloody fire hazard. And, it was standing room only, mate.
Standing room only. And I'm not sure who bought the tickets, but they probably could have worked out. They would have been pretty disappointed when they walked up the stairs and realised no one was checking those fucking tickets. You could have just walked in. Anyone could have walked in because we were really fucking unorganised with those.
Well, it wasn't that. What happened was, and you might, if you did come to the show, firstly, thanks for that.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks to everyone that came out. We had
to a show, to the podcast. It was great. So what happened was on the Sunday, the show was meant to start at 2:30, and because the 8:30 shows we'd done Friday, Saturday, we had a show before us and a show after. So
it's a bit of a timeline. You got to stick to it, and if everyone's looking at their watch and the people after you are going, when are they finished? They're not going to go over, are they?
Yeah, I
think it's stressful.
I think the Friday night, I think we sort of debriefed. I may have rushed a bit because I was a bit worried about going over time, so I felt I was a little bit off Friday night. Plus, I probably thanks, mate, but I did cut out a few bits at the end of the set where I thought they're not. I don't really want to. They're not quite done yet. They're not cooked.
Yeah.
So let's go with the stuff that we know.
Nah, fair call.
It's going to work,
Better safe than sorry.
That's right. So but what happens is people finish their show at their 7:30 show. They go for 50 minutes, and then we've got 10 minutes to. We're moving chairs around, and people are. But also, we couldn't be up there the whole time, so we had to be downstairs before the show, and so people rock in. You feel like you have a bit of a chat to them. How you going?
Which is great. Love chatting.
It is great.
Sometimes before a show, you just want to get your head straight.
You want to get your game head on.
After the show, I'll sit there and bloody drink beers and do lines,
chat to anyone,
inject and bloody. Look, I'll do anything. Punch cones.
Do it.
Just love hanging out. Before a show, you just want to get a little bit bloody semi-professional and put your game face on.
Yeah, even though it's only 25 minutes. I mean, this is a comedy festival show. This isn't some, bloody, I don't know what it was. But, we've worked hard to get the material together. We want to put on a good show and give everyone value for money.
Yeah, you don't walk into the rooms for an AFL game and everyone's sitting around bloody chatting, having beers, having some nachos or a palmy or so. They're getting their game face on.
That's right.
Listen to a bit of bloody Eminem and getting their bloody
stretching and warming up and lubing, liniment.
Having some no-dos and mashing it up and snorting. Edging, getting a little semi-erectile and
that's it.
Running through the game plan and touching each other's dicks and just getting ready.
Yeah. So then on Sunday it was just us at 2:30.
Yep. It
was then into the podcast at 4 p.m. Perfect timing.
We'll run our own race. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No. So. They had Maury had set up a little curtain with the green room, which I think he thought was we'll go maybe talk about. He thought it was soundproof. We'll talk about the Saturday show. We'll get into that a little bit later. So I got there about 1:00 because I thought we're going to have to cram these chairs together because you had some weird sort of gap down the middle, but you didn't really need it because if you're once you're sitting, you're just go ask to knees or whatever if you got to nudge your way out.
Yeah.
So there's Yeah, you just have to get everyone nice and tight. So we crammed them
It
in.
was a great example of you don't always have to accept things.
That's right.
Because when we got there, because there was this, for some reason, it's not a traditional way to set up a room. I apologise about my voice. I sound like I've been bloody.
Have you been doing your exercises?
I haven't done anything.
Me.
I've stopped taking me tablets. I'm bloody breaking all the rules again.
Yep.
I accept that this could be my voice going forward.
That's it. I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit
crackly.
Yeah, a bit crackly, a bit bloody. Like a bit late night radio.
Yeah,
Talk
like
back.
Talk back or love songs dedications.
Oh yeah, this one goes out to
This
Jenny.
one goes out to Jenny.
Jenny from Myrtleford.
She just got fingered behind the shoulder shed of the local footy club.
And
Robbo says, I'm coming back for more next week.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about you.
You were wet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is smells like Teen Spirit.
For Jenny, who smells a little fishy.
So anyway, there was a big fucking, for no reason, a big light stand right in the middle of where everyone's meant to sit.
Yeah, well, I did a gig. I warmed up for a few of the girls the Friday before our gig, so a week before, and I'm like, well, this is just batshit crazy. The lights were right in your eye line. Even if you had to put them up a bit and they were sort of pointing down, it just didn't make any sense to have the light stand in the crowd.
I've never seen it before. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And when everyone's whinging about, trying to squeeze people in, and all of a sudden you've whacked a giant fucking tripod in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
It's pretty silly, and everyone behind it couldn't see.
No.
We weren't going to be able to record any shows because they'd just see the
light
back
stand.
of the light stand. So we said, no, this will not do, and we moved the fucking thing, and everyone acted like we were geniuses. Everyone was like, I can't believe you moved that. That's awesome. But it just made sense.
It did. So, yeah, I borrowed a couple of light stands off comedian mate Johnny Katz, and we set the spotlights. And even still, we'd set them up. It was looking great. And Maury he just couldn't he still wanted to keep the big fuck off light stand there, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
He started playing with the different colours.
He goes, how about if we go sort of a lighter red? No, it's not so much the colour of the lights, Maury. It's more the location.
The location of the fucking MCG light tower, Tower 2, that is, in the crowd and pointing light directly in the comedian's face.
And blocking the view of 30% of the crowd.
Yeah, so I sort of went on stage while the lights were on and go, "Whew, geez, Tom, that's a bit bright. That's right in the eyes there." Great form of acting there.
Great acting, but he wasn't picking up on it.
He wasn't picking up what I was putting down. In
the end, we just had to move him, didn't we?
We said, mate,
these have got to go.
Yeah, these have got to go, mate. So we did that. Yes. So we're all set up to go on the Sunday. Plenty of time. Chairs are all set. We've got Chrissy Asher coming in to record. He's setting everything up, and sort of it gets to 1:30, 1:45. Things are looking okay. We've got plenty of time.
Yeah, but because a real buzz downstairs. Everyone's drinking, and it's Sunday, and they're having a meal, and the footy's on. There's excitement, but upstairs it's nice and quiet, and we're getting our heads right, and just getting the cameras right.
And Chrissy's doing his colour. He said, "Evo, can you get up on stage? I just want to check the colour for the camera." And he goes, "And you've?" And I said, "I've got the worst skin."
Yep.
Yeah, that's a polite way of saying that your freckles look fucked, mate.
Yep.
And
all the washes in the world can't
get rid of these, mate.
Can't get rid of those.
Yeah, so we did that, and then we hit 2:00, and Chriso's just got a couple of things to go, and then the old fucking stampede. It was like the running of the bulls.
Well, I don't know what this. And thank you to the venue for having us. They were great. But,
they were great.
This guy had a bit of a...
I wouldn't minded... I reckon they could have done maybe a comedian price on beers or something. Which is a pretty fucking expensive shit.
Paid about $8,000 for a fucking palmy at one stage. Yeah, the old beers aren't cheap, are they?
Oh, God. Well, I went there today to pick up the dunny, and what's a pint of Coke these days? It was fucking $9. Does that sound about right?
Nah, you could buy like a 2-litre bottle of Coke from the supermarket would be about $2.50.
Yeah, if you got the shitty AC Cola or something. But like $9 for a fucking pint of Coke. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Can we buy a bloody gram of Coke for that?
Not really. Yeah,
Anyway.
so we're getting set up, and then everyone just starts rocking up. We're like, oh, guys, what's going on? And they said, the manager downstairs just said the show's starting. I said, well, it is starting in fucking half an hour.
It was longer.
I reckon it was right on 2.
Was it right on 2?
I reckon it was right on 2 because,
Goodness, fuck, we just think, because firstly, we didn't have anyone on the door. So
No.
it was basically free entry because of this cockhead.
Yeah, because what we had been doing is, like, if I went first, you'd do the door. If you went first, I'd do the door. And anyway, it did sort of get to a point where you're like, show us your tickets, we trust you, kind of thing, because otherwise they're just lined up on the steps and you can't tick everyone off.
Well, it used to be, because I worked on there the first night, and there used to be a time where a ticket was a ticket, and they all looked the same, and that was a ticket. But I had people, like someone that have a
tattooed on their tits,
that have it printed, that have
QR
a
code
photocopied.
on their ass.
Some would have it on their phone. One guy showed it on his fucking watch, and I was just going, and I was just pretending I had my finger going beep, 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 beep. So I had no way of telling what was what. I was just letting everyone in. So might have lost a few bucks there, but look, that's part
comedy.
of the biz.
That's comedy. That's comedy. So we were under the pump, and Chrissy Asher, the poor bastard, he's still trying to get the cameras together. One of the cameras was, and I think people, they get a bit excited when they come into a comedy show. They tend to fucking not look where they're going, and you're always a bit worried about a camera getting knocked over.
And a tripod, it's always has a surprisingly large wide base.
Yeah,
it looks very small up top. It is a true pyramid.
It is a pyramid.
It's small at the top, wide at the bottom, and it's after a couple of beers. I reckon every single fucking person is kicking the leg of a tripod.
Oh yeah. Yep. So so we couldn't do much about that. So all of a sudden, now, nice, relaxed, chill out, not see anyone before the show, act a little bit diva-ish. That's through the fucking window because I'm up on stage and Ash is trying to focus the camera so my freckles don't look fucked up. And, all of a sudden, you need to have a shit, but you couldn't do that because...
everyone's stopping you and go, hey, and all of a sudden, it also looks amateur hour.
It does.
If you turn up to a comedy show and, like, imagine turn up to bloody Phantom of the Opera and there's still electrician trying to put the bloody speakers in.
That's right. Well, it's sort of like behind the scenes on porn as well, isn't it? Where, all of a sudden, because if you're just watching the porn, they cut it all nicely and they finish up, but you don't see the chick wiping the jizz out of her hair and out of her eye and sort of going, spitting it back out.
No.
Unless it's behind the scenes.
Yeah, you don't want to be bloody rubbing one out and all of a sudden someone kicks the tripod and it pans out and there's 8 blokes just standing in the corner eating fucking
pizza,
KFC.
You're
like, you don't want to see that. It takes the magic
the illusion.
away.
Ruins the illusion that we're bigger than what we are. Really fucked us.
Yeah, I don't know how many people thought we were that big, but still, even this.
110 people did.
Yeah, it was a good crowd.
Yeah. So, so Chrissy was running around. We eventually got it done, and right from the start, she was. There was a hum in the room.
But I reckon that this is probably a good place for the apology.
Yes,
because and a lot of people, and bloody Joshy Gordon, brother Dan, and fucking so many people. There was guys up the back I'd met when I was in Darwin. There was a bloody heap of the. Devon Meadows boys.
Yep.
We caught up with them later. But and bloody Snake, Jake the Snake, took the worst seats in the house.
No seats.
No seats. And you're running around. You're sort of not giving much. You'd like to give people a bit of time, but we couldn't because we're fucking stressed and we're running around. And hey, Tom, yeah. So to everyone who we sort of
brushed off and ignored, we
apologise.
Yes,
we'd love to have a beer with bloody everyone But it was bloody rough. We're a bit stressed.
We're under the pump.
And, especially Big Joshy and Big Dan would have loved to have bloody caught up with you guys and find out, Joshy, what the fuck's going on with that hair?
Yep.
That was, mate, could have taken a couple of days off work just to really dissect that. That was, I saw that sitting in the front row and I nearly put the microphone back in the clip and said, look,
what's going on
heading
here?
Down to I don't know, the hair transplant or the tattoo centre or
Ashley and
whatever.
Munn.
Ashley and whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because I liked it.
Yeah.
Gave me hope.
I reckon because we did say that we mentioned on the pod that I noticed sort of stage like with the lights on your big bald head, like it was a bit wispy, a bit fluffy. It looked like a newborn's moon man sniffed your fucking head at one stage.
Yeah,
he said it smelt like arse.
Yep.
Yeah, where's your head been?
Yep.
Up someone's ass.
Yeah, no, he said it smelled like salami.
Salami, that's right.
He can be cruel.
Yeah,
he can be cruel.
Yeah, very honest though, honest.
Yeah, so the show was great.
Yeah,
the show was great.
Yeah, and also as well, apologies because then we had to set up for the live pod. So I quickly ducked downstairs because my old man goes, "Are you coming down to say?" I go, "Oh, Jesus, Cliffy, I'm busy. I'm busy, mate." But I ducked down and you see a few other people. So if we didn't catch you after the live show, the stand-up show, and you had to duck off after the couldn't come to the live podcast, apologies about that.
Apologies, but it's tough. Fuck, I don't know how I could handle
being actually famous.
Being actually with people coming up to you all the time. I would just, but I legitimately want to, because that's one thing you notice about live pod. They're not you didn't have a room full of fuckwits. These are our kind of people. These are great people. These are, you want to have a beer with all of them. They've got great yarns and bloody...
because we are a little sort of tight community.
Yep.
You feel like you know them all.
I
do as well. Yeah. Usually because of Instagram, there's a bit of interaction, and maybe you with the Facebook.
Yep.
And basically tight, intimate communities. Basically a way of saying we've got fuck all listeners, but they're loyal, and we love them.
Loyal as the days long.
Yep. So
then it was time for the live pod.
Yeah.
And for those who hung around, and if this doesn't give the Patreon a spike, well, I will get a nail and just hammer it into my ball bag, because I am...
I'd watch that.
Yep, because I am fucked if I can work out what else we're going to do, because it was... I question if more laughter has been produced in one room in 1 hour.
For an hour. Like, did we witness one of the all-time greatest podcast performances?
From a guest.
Oh, like, I know there's a lot of podcasts out there. Every man and his dog's got a fucking podcast, and everyone will say that was a great podcast. The live podcast can't be beaten. I reckon we can quote that we've almost got the best bloody podcast performance in all time podcasting history.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, because a couple of podcasts we listen to and love.
Yeah,
we're both on the Patreon.
We are.
Because we support. So maybe everyone should jump on their Patreon. Any pods they listen to. Yeah, we support this Patreon, a couple of them. So we get their live podcasts. And we agree, not as good.
The live seem a bit flat.
They seem a bit flat, but they always say...
They are doing a bigger venue.
When you're there... They say when you're there, it's unreal.
Yes.
And so I'm quite interested if this is going to be as amazing watching it, but I cannot imagine how it can't be.
It can't be.
It was that fucking funny. The Moon Man.
Yes, because this was a thing as well. Sorry for keep interrupting. Because I don't think we mentioned on the pod, obviously. I teased it a little bit on the Patreon.
Yep.
The Moon Man might have been coming, but... You know, the Moon Man has been known to be a bit flaky. Well, not flaky, but just maybe the booze and the drugs gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, definitely not flaky. Just
yes.
Sometimes what happens in the night before, he's absolutely no chance of attending anything the next day, let alone a live pod.
Yeah, so I gigged with him at the Grandview Hotel, and he said, I'm going to come down and see yours and Tommy. I definitely didn't mention this on the free pod, did I?
I don't think so.
No. I said, I'm going to come down and watch yours and Tommy.
No, because in case he didn't turn up.
That's right.
We agreed, yes.
That's right. So, and I'm like, fuck, Moon, well, we're doing a live podcast at 4 p.m, mate. If you want to, hang around and spin some of your magic, mate, he goes, fucking oath, I'll do it. And you never know with the Moon. Did he just say that? He'd had a couple of reds the night before, but he was still in good shape, so only a couple of reds.
Yep.
And he texts me the next day. He goes, mate, what time? It's 4 o'clock on Sunday. Brilliant. Fantastic. I'll be there. I'll see you Sunday. I go, all right, that's good.
Fuck yeah.
He initiated because I didn't want to be, stalker Evo and go, hey, Moon, remember at 10:15 last night where you said you're going to come on the live podcast? I've got it in my notes. I recorded it. I've got you saying it. So is that still happening? I didn't want to be that guy. So he did that. And then Friday, he goes, I'll put you forward. I'll pass your number on for a gig, blah, 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 wherever. I'll see you Sunday. So all of a sudden, that's 2 initiations.
That's 2.
And then you booked him for a gig as well, didn't you?
Yep. Gigs doesn't even exist. I just wanted to touch base with him and get that little third thumbs up. And once we got it, boy, it was on. We could spread the word. And I could, hand on heart, I can honestly say, if I could pick any human on the planet to jump up with us, to give us the best chance of giving a funny podcast, Mooney would be the man. And I'm talking over Bill Burr, because some of these massive names in the States or whatever, they can be a bit prickly.
They can be prickly. They're like a bloody
Prickles.
A prickle, yeah. Prickles,
not
pickles.
Prickles.
No, pickles.
Can't stress that enough.
Pickles can be prickly.
Pickles can be pissed. I know that.
Can be pissed.
Pickles. Big shout out to Pickles.
Buddy, great.
He's back to back now. He's been to 2 live pods and he's been a big player in both of them.
He has. Like, we almost needed a 4th microphone.
Nearly needed a 4th, and he put his hand up to be the fuck checker on the night. Something happened. He sort of ran straight up with a bit of information on Google. And probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah, listen to the Patreon when the pod comes out.
Yeah.
Big Mooney story. Big Mooney story.
There are a lot of big Mooney stories. And because we said we'll get up there, we'll do about 10 minutes and we'll talk a bit of shit. We've got some people to mention. We're going to lead into how we're going to introduce Mooney. And I thought it was going well.
I thought it was going well, mate.
Comparatively, looking at it now, compared to the second the Mooney came on stage, the Moon Man, we were dying in the ass, but it felt, because at the time I'm going, this is going good, and then we were chatting to this guy from in the crowd who'd come over here from San Diego.
Yeah, Big Farmer.
Big Farmer. Yeah. Big Farmer. Fucking great guy. Loves his Aussie rules, and he's over here for his dad's marching with his dad in Box Hill for
watch the trams.
Yeah, be careful of the trams. For Anzac Day. What a fucking lovely guy. And he bought us some San Diego Padres hats and a T-shirt. And he said, I don't know how conversation happened, but he also said he bought over an 8-ball of Coke. And that was from the green room. That was getting a bit of a laugh. And Mooney just appeared off to the side of stage and said, where's that 8-ball? And from then on,
let's get him on here.
It was 50 minutes of vintage Moon Man. No one was safe.
There was he left nothing in the tank. We had the toilet on stage. He spoke about getting his cock caught in the S-bend.
And at one stage, because we were talking about wiping your ass and having, if you go from back to balls, you have like shit on your balls, and then somehow it came up that if, like, what about the paw? Because that's gross, unhygienic for if someone's going down on you. Was that it? And then someone said that's her.
That's her problem.
That's her problem. And Mooney did he rip into this bloke for saying that's her? Fuck, that was funny.
I can't even put into words how he said it. No, he was saying words that I had no concept of what they meant.
No, we cannot do it justice.
No.
So, look, you got to get on the Patreon.
Got to get on the Patreon.
It was something else, and it was a very special time, and we loved it. And the moment we said, mate, you got to go, because he had a show on that night. Fucked if I know how he was going to do that, because he was down in Reds like it was his last day on earth. And
he must have had 3. Him and Matt Hardy got there at 12 o'clock. They said the pub wasn't even open when they rocked up. So the Moon Man was
he was ready to go.
Talk about keen, mate. Yeah. He I thought he must have slept there the night, like he was camping out for grand final tickets.
Yeah, it was. So in the moment he got off stage, I just quickly leaned over to Evan and said, "Let's finish this now.
We're done.
Yeah, we are done. There's no point trying to follow the Mooney." So so big thanks to everyone that came out. We loved it. We had an absolute ball. I reckon just one last thing on
Yep.
on Mooney, and I said this to a few people because not everyone was a fan of the Moon Man
Well,
before.
Pickles goes, fucking when Mooney got up, I'm like, fucking Mooney, I just want to hear the boys. I want to hear stories from them. And then he goes, about 10 minutes in, I'm like, fucking Mooney's, he's a good fucker. He's a good fucker.
Yeah, Mooney's all right. Because I think sometimes if you don't see him live, like you can never judge someone on what they do on commercial radio, and they're so restricted. And I know quite a few people I know go, fuck, Hughesy's a pain in the ass. So you hear it about Hughesy quite a bit. And add a couple of teaspoons of tall poppy syndrome. But go and see Hughesy live.
Oh, mate, one of the best.
Amazing.
One of the sharpest stand-ups. Always great.
Yeah, never judge the Moon Man unless you've seen him live with a bottle of red in hand, and fuck, he's told some funny stories.
The filter was off, and we just said, there's no way this can go on the free-to-air pod.
Oh, no.
I mean, it would blow up this episode, but it is for the Patreon only.
Well, there's big news today came out over social media that Arj Barker, he's in the firing line because someone had a crying baby and he asked them to leave. Fuck me dead. That doesn't hold a candle to what was coming out of Mooney's mouth in that fucking it was.
Did he mention he was going to sniff the seat because Tam had sat on it?
Yep, she was. God, he was red hot.
Oh,
and
fuck.
and people, everyone was coming up to both of us, no doubt, but come up to me, go, "Oh, mate, Mooney was unreal. How good was that?" And I said, the best way to describe it, like, and I've said it before, I'm sure you've said it, everyone's said it, and they say, "Oh, mate, I don't give a fuck what they think." Like, I don't. Yeah, what about that, Tom? I don't really give a shit what they think, and you say it, but deep down,
you care.
99.999% of people really care what people think. You do. It's but I honestly think he's missing that part of his brain that gives a fuck what anyone thinks of anything.
And get on the Patreon, because there is a story from a gig that you ran years and years ago where he absolutely fucking terrorised the joint.
Yeah.
And the lady who it was the organizer who wanted to. I mean, I won't give it away, but she had to tell Mooney that wasn't acceptable, and I
pleaded with her. I said, "You're wasting your time.
You're wasting your breath."
But she was like, "He needs to know what he did was not acceptable."
And listen to the Patreon to see how that ends up.
You go.
Fuck, that was funny.
That was my one goal. I wanted him to get that story out. And fuck, and what amazed me was how little he knew of the event.
Well, he didn't know how he got there.
Yeah, he said he got left with Dave O'Neill. I said, "Mate, Dave O'Neill, he was on
stage when you were still in Melbourne."
Mate, yeah, he was ready to. He was in his car on his way home when you got there.
Yeah,
you might have crossed paths on the highway.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was awesome. Thanks for coming out. Apologies to everyone. It was
good times. One of those you just bottle that up, and if you could keep that and just have a sniff of it every now and then. I mean, we've got it on video, so we can relive it in maybe over the years, and show the grandkids. This is the fucking loose units we used to hang out with. I reckon I got 20 words in for the whole fucking pod.
No,
I reckon 15 of them just tanked.
Yeah, well, it was, everything was said, everyone was like, they weren't far from booing us.
Yeah,
whenever we were speaking, why would you interrupt
Stop
the Moon
interrupting Mooney.
You could just hear the fucking listeners dropping
off. I heard crickets at one stage when I was talking.
God.
Yeah.
They didn't want to, he was so good. But we needed that energy because I had a massive, because Saturday, I emceed our Caulfield Bears 30 years since their one and only premiership back in 1994. So, and I'd sort of got on the bloody cans at about lunchtime, just the mid-strength, sipping away. But then when we got to the pub, how can a pub not have a decent fucking mid-strength? It should be illegal.
Yeah, they had the Stone and Wood Summer Ale, which isn't for everyone. That's your little crafty, florally, pineapple-y fucking thing.
Craft beer up your ass.
You're a simple man.
I
don't mind a crafty, but
have your craft.
A Great Northern. It's the most popular beer in Australia. It's the beer from up here.
Yeah.
And get it on tap, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, pub, stop being fucking heroes.
Yeah.
Like, just give the people what they want. And don't think, tell you what, everyone's enjoying the bloody summer ale. No, they're only drinking the summer
There's
up
nothing else.
because you haven't got the fucking the Greg Normans that everyone wants to drink. It blows my mind because it was the difference between if I'd have gone from the footy club, I've been drinking Northerns all day, probably had about 12 or so Northerns during the day. Oh, I was bloody having a decent.
Did you get the Uber? You got the Uber there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. And then I was there ready, and I'm thinking, if I can keep drinking the Great Northerns, go, mate, Great Northern. Oh, no, we don't have them.
I didn't even have it in bottles, I don't
What's
think.
it? No.
No.
And so, what do you got, cockhead? And we got this is the closest thing. So I'm drinking it, and it just feels different.
Oh, it's a different taste.
And then, I
don't mind it.
Our show finishes at 9:30. Chat, hang around, had a great night. I didn't get home till about bloody 1 o'clock, after 1 o'clock, and had bloody kids footy at 9. I got up, your eyes open, and you've all done it, and your eyes open, and you don't know if you got a hangover, and you're like, all right, have we got one?
Oh,
okay, feel okay. Feel okay, and your sort of eyeballs are moving around. Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm not in hospital.
Yeah. That is Tammy
I'm not
beside
in a neck brace.
me.
Yeah, that's Tam. Haven't got any haven't been tarred and feathered, and it's nothing up my ass. Got both eyebrows. Oh no, there's something up my ass.
Yep.
That was my doing, though.
My finger.
And then one went to get the leg out, and it was just no, I'm sick, and straight to the dunny, ralphing me guts up.
Jeez, you love a spew.
Love it.
I've never met.
Well, I don't love it. I hate it, but
no,
I do it a lot.
Yeah, Kristen's a bit of a spewer as well, but I reckon you got her covered.
I will question if anyone spewed. I don't think anyone would have spewed as much as me.
No wonder your throat's fucked.
Yeah, it's a
Keep
good point.
all the acid coming back up, just brushing over the tonsils.
And just like a
crying baby.
Oh, I scream. I fucking just scream into the dunny, and the dog will come up. Fuck, are you all right? Kids will run up. Yeah, God, you got.
What's Tammy thinking?
No, she's just bloody.
Another.
Put a black line through me, waiting for the kids to move out, and then she'll
Then look at other avenues, other options. I reckon she's
move
weighing
out with the guy she's been seeing.
I reckon she's got the options happening at the moment.
Oh, she'd
behind your back, so she's prepared.
Yeah. She's
eyeing people off.
Yeah, it's like when you're living in a little 2-bedroom house, and you're not even a 1-bedroom, and you have your first kid, and you're living in that house, and you're happy, but you just start looking through the realestate.com. And she's just looking through realestate.com at the moment. She's happy. It's all content. But, she's certainly destined for better things, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm not going to stand in her way. Who am I?
Nah.
I've dragged her down for too long. She's a good woman.
She's a good woman, mate. But,
no, she was really good. She actually gave me some tablets because she gets bad migraines that are so bad sometimes that she can't hold anything down. Yeah. So she has to have this tablet so she can have the medicine.
Yeah, okay.
So it stops you from spewing. Actually, bit of a power. Did I have a power? I don't reckon I drank anything but beer from 7:30 Friday to 9 o'clock Sunday night.
No, that'd be right. Yep.
Like not even a glass of water.
No, I was going. Oh, mate, I
might have had a Red Bull.
You walked in with a Red Bull Sunday.
Yeah.
Mate, I even experimented. I had a couple of bourbons, which I haven't had for years. I don't know why the hell I did that. I think it was so I didn't go to the red wine. I didn't want the red teeth and the red lips. Yeah,
it's the beginning of the end, the red wine.
I knew last night was going downhill when the Devon Meadows boys walked out with a tray of 35 Sam Booker shots.
Yeah, they didn't seem overly concerned about the price of drinks. They
things are going all right in Devon Meadows for the fellas.
Yeah, I don't know what's bloody.
They got there at 12 as well. They weren't fucking around.
I don't know if
they're on the summer ales early.
If someone's fucking struck oil out at Devon Meadows, or whether there's a
drug ring going on.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe organised crime gang. I said, "What's going on, boys? You working tomorrow?" And I go, "I own my own business. I don't give a fuck. I'm unemployed.
Yep.
I fucking don't care what's going on. They could not have. I ended up at the casino with them for. Went to the Cass. Well, that was the other thing about. Like I said, great venue, the Golden Gate Hotel, but there was still there was 12 of the Devon Meadows boys. There was me. There was another group. There was still about 25 people in the pub. They called, and it wasn't like we were slowing down.
Oh,
it wasn't like we'd put the wallets away and, we start reading books and putting our reading glasses on and thinking, getting into our jammies and thinking about bed, calling Ubers. We were still powering.
I reckon every pub, every nightclub, every licensed venue should have one rule set in stone. If you've got 3 or more Devon Meadows boys in the bar, you don't fucking shut.
Don't shut up.
You do not shut up shop because money is going to be coming in at a very frequent rate. I suggest you might make a couple of calls, get some security in there. They're nuts. One guy, and I won't say his name because it's what he did was pretty crook. He was telling me a story about when he was playing footy, and he's talking about grabbing balls, and the music was on.
The Sharon.
Yeah, well, everyone was thinking he was telling a story about someone grabbed his balls, and everyone's going, that's fucked. You know, he's going, the monkey grip, and he goes,
Squirrel. Squirrel grip.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Very close.
Very close.
I called a hat a salmonella hat instead of a Legionnaire's hat.
A Legionnaire's hat. Yeah, yeah.
During the pod.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
think there were a couple of girls and their partners just to the left that heard. I think they were the only ones that heard it, and they were just in stitches going, he's mentally retarded.
Yeah, yeah. The
So
salmonella
close.
hat. Yeah.
Monkey grip.
Mate. Squirrel grip. Squirrel
So
grip.
close. Monkey grip would be harder than a squirrel.
Yeah, it would
grip.
be.
Oh, no, squirrels have got tight little hands.
I think maybe it's the nuts. Do you reckon it's that? Because squirrels eat nuts. Do you reckon it's that?
That's a very good point.
I reckon that could be.
That'd be it. Squirrel grip. No, yeah, the way they hold the nuts.
Yep.
Good
That's
point.
it. That's it.
Yeah, nothing to do with their hands at all.
No.
And then he goes, I don't even know why I did it. And we're like, oh, it was you that did it. And he goes, yeah, we're just sort of laying there. And I just grabbed his nuts.
I spooned him and then I just gave him the old reach around.
Like, fucking hell, why'd you do that? And everyone's like just shaking their head. He's going, I don't know. He's just, he was a decent bloke. I don't know why. He was pissed off. It's like, so it's not the dumb thing.
It was a bit like me last week, tapping that bloke on the shoulder going,
yeah,
chin up, Tiger. He's gone, yeah.
Just grab
those ones. And then you go, why the fuck did I do that?
I had me nuts grabbed against Lindale once. Oh, apparently this guy wasn't long out of jail. We're in the ones, and I was laying there on the pack, and he just held them for, I reckon, 10 seconds, and I was because you can't move too much. It
rips and tears.
It just paralyzes you.
Oh.
And I remember getting up going, you fucking dirty cunt. And he was a giant. And the umpire was telling me off, going, mate, don't be talking like that. And I was like,
he fucking grabbed me.
Oh,
grabbed
God. I actually felt sick. It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've probably mentioned this. I remember when Pete Philandia, when I was playing at Port Melbourne in 2002 in a practice game, he bit someone's balls.
Yeah.
He bit Chad Davis's balls.
Yeah, you can't be biting balls.
What's that? The old squirrel. What would you call that? Probably squirrel bite.
What bites nuts?
Nuts.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still remember vividly Chatty Davis getting up, just going, he bit me fucking balls. Like you're in a different head frame when he was a fucking loose cannon, Pete Philandia. He had little man syndrome of the highest order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder if you go into a game
thinking I'm hungry,
or because I reckon I've played a lot of footy, been bottom of a lot of packs. I don't reckon I've ever had a nut sack that close to my mouth that I could bite it.
Yeah, I mean off field you've had a heap.
Oh mate, I got balls in my mouth last night. But,
it was great.
But
it's on a footy field. It's tough. There's cameras and other people.
Yeah, but
what you do in the public toilets?
Are you chasing the ball? Like are you
literally?
Like are you?
Sniffing
is the pack there
and
you're
agates?
Moving? Because that's if you go to the tribunal, that's a big thing. Because it's like if you clearly move your head 1 metre and bury in going, where's a ball? Where's a ball? Oh, there's a ball. And you fucking just latch onto someone's testicle. Or if you're laying there, you're being tackled and someone sits on your face and their balls go in your mouth and you bite, I would suggest it's a very different
That's
penalty.
self-defense. That's self-defense.
Yeah, you just
get off me.
It's like copping a charge in basketball.
That's right.
What did he get for that?
I reckon he might have got about 10 weeks or something.
Not bad for biting a ball.
Yeah, I'd chomp away at a few. I could. Yeah, I don't know what you achieve out of it. I mean, you probably
Lose the respect of a lot of your mates, I'd say.
and the teammate, the opposition player loses a bit of skin off his fucking testicles.
I wonder how hard he bit.
Oh, yeah.
Through footy short or?
Yeah, I think it was.
Ah.
I think it was. So, and I remember I played a few years with Chatty Davis out at East Ringwood, and I said, "Remember when?" I mean, of course, he remembered.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah,
Ah.
nah, I've been bitten on the balls heaps."
Yeah,
It was a Pete Philandia.
Did he ever forgive him?
I think he forgave him. He was a pretty forgiving guy, and it wasn't like he had to get the ball removed or anything.
No.
Yeah, heat of the moment. As
Yeah,
you said.
boys will be boys.
Yeah, bloody hell. It was a different time.
It was a different time. It was a better time.
It was a better time.
It's a better time.
Bit of ball biting.
But that's the thing. They should, because here's an idea for you.
Oh, I love it.
Let me
I
bounce
love
this
it
one
when
off you,
you
bloody.
come up with an idea.
When they, like for example, Maynard jumping
Yes.
and obviously knocked out a Brayshaw,
Yep.
and he got away with it. He got off, and I, rightly or wrong, we're not going to get into that argument. But the next day, the rules changed. So they
Yes.
changed the rule, and with that biting the balls incident, all of a sudden, that's a thing now.
Yep.
You're going to get 10 weeks. I reckon before they change that rule or say we're now focusing on biting balls, or they say, all right, you got one game. Everyone's got one game.
Oh, to just bite as many balls
Yeah.
as you want.
Next week,
Yeah,
everyone
free for all.
get it out of your system.
Yeah.
Boys, because you can't just like, fuck off.
I wanted to always bite someone's balls.
You got to give people a warning.
Yeah, we're coming up. We're playing the opposition I hate. And oh, mate, he's got a fucking decent old ball bag.
He's got a good set of
I
balls.
want to wrap me teeth around his testes.
Yep. And like Tui Matoto or whatever that stuck his digit up the guy's ass.
Fuck, what was his name? Hopawate?
Hopawate. So, yeah, okay, Hopper, that's no go. That you can't be doing that. But we're not just going to end that today. I mean, that's insane. So next week, boys, get your digits ready, and everyone
Get your fake fingers.
Get your
Get
fake
your big
fingers.
fake fingers ready.
And guys, bloody, you run, because if they catch you, you're getting a digit up the
You're
shit.
going to have to wear your steel jocks, boys.
Because it is next Saturday in the NRL.
It's digit round.
Digit round, and everyone's going to be copping a digit up the shitter. So
Get ready for the scrums, boys.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
going to be game on.
in the all-in brawl, like the melee rule,
Would you, what would if it was digit round, would you wear like 3 pairs of jocks, or would you just go free balling?
I'd be
I'd walk out there nude, go, bring it on, boys.
I'd be that guy. I'd pretend.
I'd lube it up.
I'd pretend. I'd be like, oh no, don't catch me. And
Catch me.
I'd,
Which I fell
and
over.
someone would be chasing me, and I'd like, oh, I'd trip, and everyone would be bloody on me. I'd go, oh, don't.
Yeah, you'd sort of be trying to get up and you're presenting
Yeah.
with your ass up in the air. Oh, boys. This hurts. Don't do it.
Have you ever seen how it's not a more popular sketch? I don't know. What's that? Who's that Aussie actor? Great looking. He's a performer. He was with a much older.
Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
How do you not know Hugh Jackman?
Oh, because I can't physically remember names.
He's a good-looking rooster.
Have you ever seen the sketch about the Christmas kangaroo?
No.
Fuck.
After this, we're going to
we'll
look
check
at
it out.
We're
yeah.
going to
'Cause
look at.
that very similar sort of vibe.
Okay.
And it's for on this American show, and
Yeah.
and he tells people that the Christmas kangaroo, they've got a tradition in Australia where there's a Christmas kangaroo that comes and makes love to that like basically molests the kids' dads.
Yeah.
It's part of the Christmas tradition.
Was this before he was in Hollywood? Hey, Hugh.
I don't know how he got roped into this sketch.
Hugh? Have you got a show reel? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got the Christmas kangaroo
That's,
one where they rape the kids, dads or whatever.
Yeah, it is. Check it out. We'll check it out later.
Yeah. Okay.
The Christmas
Great.
kangaroo.
Fantastic.
Haven't seen it for a while. Might have.
No, nice.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Very good. Yeah, so there's an idea for the AFL and the NRL and the NBA. Just, all right, we're banning gambling. But next week, fucking put your house on
Go
your own
nuts.
game. Be throwing games.
Yep.
And, I'll put fucking $8,000 on me to airball a bloody layup. fucking, whoa, there we
You
go.
won't have to
Shit.
try too hard. I've seen you play basketball.
We probably won't get much for it. Probably
Yeah,
only get about
spoke to someone who plays in that.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. He said, things went a bit quiet on the group chat when they said, should we get Tom to fill in?
No, that was Bales that said that.
Oh, Bales
Yeah,
said
Tuesday was the one we both filled in.
that. Oh, yes, yeah. There was another game, though, wasn't there? Another team?
No, Tuesday was the one where you played 8 minutes and
My knees blew up.
25 years ago and haven't been able to walk since.
Fuck, my knees are fucked.
And the game I shot, none from 47.
And they had to replace 3 backboards. It was like the Shack Attack, except you just smashed them with the basketball.
I could get in there. I was good at getting in there, but once I was in there, fuck. It was a
Jesus
disaster.
Christ.
That was a bad day in the office.
Oh, fuck, it was funny.
How are we going for
Jesus.
time here?
We're going all right,
fun.
mate. We're going all right. We're at 45.
45.
No, we haven't even
Well,
touched the sides.
Look, should
Of my sex
I
life.
quickly tell the the great story about
Tell the story.
because
Yep.
this is
Yep.
a lovely story, and
It
this
is
is and we
great.
get up here and we talk a bit of shit, but this is a lovely story. So, I remember about 4 years ago, did a gig at the Pinjara Football Netball Club in WA. Great club, loved them, had a ball. They play on fucking Sundays, which is weird. So they can't really have Sunday functions. So they had a big function on a Thursday. Anyway,
That would have to affect bar sales, you reckon? You're selling more beers on a Saturday than a Sunday. You reckon?
yeah, I'm just thinking, like, what night are these guys going out?
Oh, well, that
'Cause,
was
yeah,
like,
Because young men, you've got to go out.
yeah, well, maybe they just do it. Like, that was when I played VFL. I reckon out of 20 games, we had 17 Sunday games or something. I was landscape gardening the next day every fucking week. Jeez, it was brutal. But I was young. I bounced back.
Yep. But would you go out Friday nights, Thursdays?
Nah, I was pretty,
You're a soft
I
cop.
was,
They're all dedicated.
I was
so-
going to say professional and serious about my football, but
Yes, yeah.
soft cock works.
Yeah,
Soft
depends what way
cock
you look
works.
at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right when you're paying, for your little Caulfield Bears and things like that. You can go out and on a Thursday
Oh, yeah.
when you're playing VFL twos, mate.
Then you sort of not getting the kicks, so you see, start heading north and
Yeah,
cross a couple of borders and eventually you get high enough, you'll start getting a kick again.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, so last year, Tommy, you want to come back? I'd love to. So last year, I'm back there Thursday night. It was absolute ripper, and I met this guy called Shorty, ripping guy, Shorty, and his mate Cookie.
Was he tall?
He was extremely short.
Oh, so they didn't do the reverse.
No,
sometimes
no.
they do reverse.
No, but
Yeah.
Cookie wasn't a cook.
Oh no, he was
No,
a chef.
His last name, he was a chef. And so anyway, Cookie wasn't there, but they were legends of the club. The actual bar was named after Cookie and Shorty. 25 years ago, the club was in a bit of strife, so they formed the Pinjara Supporters Club, and which by the sounds of it was basically just them. And they would raise money for the club. And back then they would do things like stripping copper, and they'd run
Job
raffles.
sites off people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a crime, but it's good for the club.
Bit of what some may call fundraising, or they call fundraising, some may call break and enter.
Yeah.
And, or violent assault in the home assault.
Yeah.
But
It's
carjacking,
fundraising. Yeah,
but it all fits under that fundraising banner.
Mm.
So
Tax deductible.
yep, all cash. No, all cash.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
You're not paying tax when you ramrode a fucking 7-Eleven.
That's
When Shorty's ramroding a 7-Eleven. That's that is tax free. So anyway, I don't know how many years ago, but WA introduced the 10-cent can and bottles.
Mm.
So
Recycling.
which we only just introduced here in Australia.
Well, we did it.
in Melbourne.
Yes, because it always used to be Adelaide, didn't it?
Yeah. But WA's always had it.
Mm.
But it was I don't know. It was always used to talk about South Australia, but
Yeah,
never
10 cent.
WA.
No.
Not too far away.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Mm.
Because Seinfeld had the episode.
Mm.
Did you see that episode?
About recycling cans in South Australia.
Yeah. No, because there was similar to us. There was one state in America where you get the 10 cents.
Yep.
And but they'd always crunch the numbers, and it wasn't worth taking the cans over there. You'd lose the money in petrol.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so $63,000 Shorty and Cookie raised just last year
Jesus.
And through cans, only cans, and $3 million since they started up the Pinjara Supporters Club.
That is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
To raise $3 million.
Yeah, so their life is like they're just committed to they're just entrenched in the Pinjara, not just the footy club, netball club, the community. So everyone leaves their bags, out the front of the house and
that's another good thing. You don't really have to put your cans in the bin. You just fucking throw them on the ground. Cookie and Shorty will get them.
Yeah. Oh, bloody
so
hell.
it's easier for them.
You'd be sitting around having bloody Christmas lunch and bloody either Cookie or Shorty will just be sitting in the corner going, you nearly done with that can, Frank? With his plastic bag, and all the shops would leave their cans. And apparently there was a 16-year-old kid once that was seen.
Tried to undercut him.
Well, he was just seen picking up a couple of cans in a park, and I think Shorty might have threatened to knock him off.
Yeah, good call.
So, it was certainly their territory.
Do you reckon there's any point where they go, when everyone's leaving the cans out, they go, can we really be fucked with this, Shorty? We're in too deep now. I know we're a lot of money for Pinjara Footy Club, but I'm sick of fucking collecting cans.
Yeah, it would become quite monotonous. I did it for about one day, and putting cans in that fucking machine is one of the most mind-numbing things you will ever do. And I reckon they would have had Hep C, Hep D, the Hep fucking alphabet going through bins. Yeah. Yep. HIV, Hep, bloody herpes, you name it. Because everyone's lips on every bottle, on every can.
Oh, yeah.
You're not putting your dick in it, so it's your lips.
No, it's your lips.
So anyway, Shorty, he played for the club many years ago, but Cookie, he's now 75, has never played a game of footy in his life. Not just for Pinjara.
75.
He's 75. Never played a game in his life. And sadly, the great man, Cookie, he's unwell. He's got
aluminium poisoning.
Yeah, he's who would have thought? Who would have thought? So he's got as they kept referring to it, the big C. So he's got cancer, the poor man, at the age of 75, and look, he's not going great. Or he's going all right, but he's got cancer.
Poor bastard.
Poor bugger, and everyone loves him. So last Thursday, got a little message in my inbox, and I still keep an eye on how Pinjara are travelling, and I still stay in contact with the people there. Get a little message. Tom, remember Cookie? Fucking oath I do. Remember Shorty?
He's passed on.
Yep. Well, Cookie's the club. It's always been his dream to pull on a Pinjara Footy Netball Club jersey, and they've named him in the twos for next week.
Brilliant.
And I was like,
Brilliant.
mate, this...
On the bench, is he starting? Forward pocket, hide him in the forward pocket?
No, he's on the bench. They're going to wait till the sting's gone out of the game, I think, and then get him out there. And so just what a great thing for the club. And I said, because she said, just thought I thought you might like to do a post about it, and I said, oh yeah, fucking fantastic. And so I did a post about it, and I wrote Cookie read the last post I did, because I did a little post about him when I was there last time, and I said he did read it, he loved it. So if you want to send your wishes, get on there. And it was fantastic. Everyone writing the stuff everyone wrote was bloody was awesome. So Cookie, and I did post one video, but they sent me quite a few. He tossed the coin. Fuck, it was funny. He lost the coin toss and goes, fuck.
He lost the coin toss.
The coin toss, yeah. But fortunately, he won the coin toss, which was straight after.
That's great.
Which was he lost the coin toss, and he just goes, fuck it.
Such a good start.
And he won it off to the bench, and but the footy, and they won by a point.
Did they? Yeah,
they won by a point.
That's great.
And unfortunately,
did you get a kick?
Nah, Yates style to Dermot Brereton. Someone picked him off of the opening bounce, and poor old Cookie's in a pretty
He's still
bad
in hospital.
He's
in a coma at the moment. He's got the other big C.
Didn't see it coming. He was
coma.
He had eyes for the footy, but then someone
I think he saw a can on the side of the...
Someone put a can in the non-recycling bin about 150 metres away in a park, and he sort of took his attention away, and then someone picked him off. And, he's on life support, old Cookie. But, so...
that's great.
No.
Great story.
And Cookie did well, and I messaged him. I said, was he on the bench all day? And they said, no, not all day. They said, got a bit hot and he went into the bar and had a beer. Got a bit fucking bored sitting on the bench.
Cookie, you're going to cut the oranges? Go get fucked. I'm going to the bar, mate. I've got another can to collect.
Yeah, so he went in the bar for a bit, but came back out, Cookie, and watched the end. And have you seen the video of him coming off?
Yeah, he looked a bit ginger. He looked like me after a basketball game.
He looks sore. So, but 100%, he's won every game he's played in, and not surprisingly, he announced his retirement straight after the game.
Hung up the boots.
Well, the club told him he's no longer wanted, and I put a line through him, and he's hats off to to Cookie and your good mate Shorty. That's what
salmonella. Hats off to Cookie.
Yep. Hear all the bad shit that happens at footy clubs, and it's but that is just a great story. So good on your Pinjara Football Netball Club, and good on your Cookie.
Yep, great stuff, mate. Great stuff.
Yeah, we go for time there.
We're at about 55. 55? I had a shout out as well. We had the big farmer from San Diego. We had Clarkey, who came down from Sydney. He was down from Sydney. I had a quick chat to him. He hit us up on the Patreon. He's a Bandito on the Patreon.
Oh, fantastic.
So he came down with the family. He ducked into the live show, and
he was there for the whole live show.
He was there for the whole live show. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. But then he had to duck off, and he went to Taco Bill with the family afterwards. So Clarkey,
can't compete with that.
Thanks because we had the girls.
I've got a fart. A lot of people have been saying I don't fart enough these days.
I know.
Hang on.
Jesus, that was like...
What happened to my farting?
I don't know. I do
all my farts at night now. I fart so
much. Do we have
to
push the pod back a bit? Or do you want me to record it from the bedroom?
Yeah, if we all could just sit up in bed. Because Tam cops most of my farts now, unfortunately. Poor thing.
Yeah.
Just another reason why she's
looking around.
Just keeping her options open.
Yes. So,
sorry. I didn't interrupt on...
No, that was good. So, no, just because we had Suze and Julie who came down from Newcastle last year.
Yeah.
Newcastle and Sydney.
Didn't make the trek this time.
They were in Bali.
Were they?
Bali, and they actually thought that they saw someone who... I'll put it on the Instagram. They thought that there was someone who...
Steve Kerr?
No, someone who looked like you. They said they didn't know you were going to Bali. I'll show you the photo.
Well, I don't know anyone with more lookalikes than me. Yeah. Basically, anyone that's bald, people go, fuck, he looks like you.
Well, your festival pass, I put a photo of Nathan Lyon on there.
And I got into places.
Yeah.
Was that a kick in the dick?
Yeah.
That was very funny.
That was good. So, so thanks to Clarkey for coming down from Sydney, and anyone else who did travel for all that, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, farms. I mean, that was something else.
Oh, that was big.
And thanks for the T-shirts and the hat.
Yeah, and Mickey Donahue as well. Who?
I caught an Uber home with Mickey Donahue.
Oh,
what a lovely man.
Great fella. Big Bandito.
Put his hand on my knee, and I said, "Not tonight.
Not tonight, Mickey. He doesn't drink either, Mickey. So he was well aware of what he was doing.
Knows a good thing when he sees it.
I think he wants digit round.
Yeah.
Maybe in the back of the cab there. So,
tell us, something ridiculous happened with Mickey Donahue. We're trying to work it out. So we're in an Uber together, and we're like, I said, mate, I'll just go to your joint, and then I'll just drop you off, go to my joint. He's going, no, that's unfair, blah, blah. It's your place first. So I said, all right, well, we'll just go to my joint. I'll get out, and then we'll just call another Uber. You just pay from there. So we've pulled out at the front of my joint, and I've said, oh, mate, can we cut it off here and then just start it up again? And he goes, oh, you might not get me. And I was like, well,
good, you're a fuckwit.
I said, well, it's the closest. Unless you've got another Uber in the fucking boot. I'm pretty sure you're the closest.
You're the
Uber.
closest.
We are physically in this car. We can't be closer.
No.
Unless,
do you want me to sit on your lap?
Yeah. Do I have to? Do you have to be inside me?
Yeah.
To
not be inside you.
And he said, "Oh, it's actually more about the phone than my ass." So I said, "Oh, yeah, good point." So didn't have to do that.
Digit round,
which was nice. Yeah, digit round, very important.
Yep.
Great round. So I said, well, that's ridiculous. Surely we're going to get it. And he goes, okay. So we ended my ride. Mickey got on his app. Closest Uber 3 minutes away. The guy driving goes, fuck, I knew it. And so we had this poor Uber driver, we had to get out.
So, yeah.
He drove off. And
he's lost about $20-$30.
Yeah, this newer Uber driver turned up.
Yeah.
That system could be fixed up a little.
Yeah, I think anything with technology, like I don't know, there's always glitches.
They just don't have their location. Because remember the time I ordered Macca's at home, and then it didn't turn up, and I said, "What's going on?" And it ordered it from McDonald's Cranbourne.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, because
That was a dark day.
I mean, it's a fairly complicated app, but for some reason they can't work out where the fuck you are.
Fucking apps. I don't like them.
Nah,
Too many
shit.
apps. Too many apps. We don't need any more apps.
Oh, apps.
But get on the Apple Podcast or the Spotify app.
Yeah,
and listen to this.
This is a beauty. And
it's good.
And make sure you listen to the Patreon. When do you reckon it'll come out?
Well, I'll chat to Chrissy and see, because I wouldn't mind maybe, because we did have the 2 cameras for the live pod, do you reckon with the YouTube I try to cut it from one camera, then go wide with all 3 of us?
He'd do that, wouldn't he?
No, I don't know.
I think he's got a fair bit on.
Yeah, I think it could be an Evo job, which...
Well, I rang him today because I know he was a bit stressed, and I just want to say, mate, don't worry. Like, mate, really appreciate what you did. I know it was a bit stressful. Sorry about that. And he said, this has nothing to do with you guys. I just want you to know. But I'm never recording a comedy show again for anyone.
We fucking broke.
We broke him.
We fucking broke him.
He said it seriously.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said seriously. And he goes, I know the timing looks like it's because of that, but it's, I made the decision. I'm never doing that again. Doing a podcast called Good Banter. So we're going to have to find someone else.
Someone else. Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's a shame. Chrissy Asher, great, because he's travelling around Australia.
That's right, yeah. So, yeah. It is very stressful when you got to link up, the sound with 2 cameras, and, you got to worry about, dickheads kicking the tripod. And
well, there aren't many things that there's no second chance.
But there's no second chance.
Like if you get to the end, like if you're recorded a wedding or something, or you're recording and you get to the end and it hasn't recorded,
do it again.
It's gone.
Yeah,
and that's the business he's in. And I don't know if I want to be in that business. If we fuck something up, you can get around it or work away around it or work on it. But the old recording game, it's if something goes wrong,
no second chances.
No second chances.
So. So I'm not sure when that'll come out, but I think it'd be good if we could have cut from, because I think that's good on YouTube if it's different camera angles.
Oh, it'd look very professional.
Yeah,
we're not putting it on YouTube.
Oh no, so there's probably
never work again.
No.
It can only be on the Patreon.
Oh, it would be on YouTube, but it'll be unlisted. So no one, only people with the link, which is on the Patreon, they'll get it. They'll get it.
Could the link get out?
The link
like if
possibly,
someone cut and paste.
Don't give them ideas, because you can do that.
Okay. Mooney said some pretty horrific things.
Yeah, I know.
I think we need to do it so that it can't be a link.
Yeah.
Because I was once on a Patreon for Tuesdays, and my mate Carl wasn't on it, and I sent him a link.
Yep.
And it didn't work.
All right. So I've got to work out how I do that. Yep.
Because
No.
Mooney was great to come on the show. We don't want to finish him.
No, but he must know that it was getting recorded. I don't think he really gives a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. It's not like come on your podcast and open up with talking about fucking your cock in a fucking S-bend and sniffing seats. He dropped the F, like the gay F word, and
and I don't think it was completely out of character. I think
no.
I don't think normally he does he does churches and and this was just a one-off out of character. He was this is a pattern.
This is going to be one of the biggest things ever. So get on the Patreon, sign up, do it up. And the other thing, the Devon Meadows boys, they did mention that do a few more interviews on the Patreon. So we're going to get onto that.
Great guys.
They said they're sick of hearing about our shit gigs and stuff like that. We want interviews. So we've taken that on board. It was good that when we did put it out and we did ask what you wanted and no one said anything. But we know now the Devon Meadows boys, they been on the piss for 10 hours, and they finally got honest with us.
Yep.
They said, stick your Tommy Times up your ass. Stick your fucking is this something up your ass. Let's get some guests on. So
You can send out 1,000 surveys, 1 million surveys. You can text people, email people during the week. If you want to know the truth, let them
10 hours on the piss.
10 hours on the piss. Get them around their mates. Bit of truth syrup.
Bit of Dutch courage.
And then just say, boys, what do you think? And they, look, you might not like what you're about to hear, but they will tell you.
It was like the Baronia boys
2
years ago.
Yep, they really.
Or a year ago. Yeah, actually both years. They really ripped us. Maybe they're going off us. They weren't there yesterday. They didn't come for the whole 3 days.
Yeah, maybe they found another 2 low-hanging fruit to fucking destroy.
Oh, well, we're Devon Meadows boys now.
Yeah.
So, Baronia's a shithole. It's good.
No.
It's good.
Love
it's
them
great
all.
out there.
Love them all.
The station's great.
Yeah. So,
There
all right, go the Hawks.
Yeah, go the Hawks, Baronia Hawks. Yeah, so big
Go
year.
Devon Meadows. Hope they
Go
can get the
Devon
flag
Meadows.
this
I'm out
year.
there. I'm out there this Saturday.
I'm at their AFL Grand Final day.
Oh, fan. So I'm there before you.
Yeah. Say hi to them for me.
I will. And
Grab their nuts.
Campbell Brown, Paddy Ryder, I'll digit round down at Devon Meadows.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Might get down there myself. See if I
Take a
can
lube down. Yeah.
digit round. Is
And
that
I'm
the name
at-
of the pod?
I reckon it could
Yeah,
be.
digit
Digit
round.
round.
Yeah.
That's good because that's the thing that does take a bit of time when I've got to go back over the podcast and come up with a name.
Digit round.
Digit round. I love it. So where are you this weekend, mate? What are you up to? I said to mention your gigs as well.
Yeah, bit of a quieter week this week, which works out well because I am just rooted. My voice is fucked, but tell you what I got this Saturday. This might be a sliding doors moment in T. Siegert's life, or it might be just another one thing that I do that doesn't work. Got me first footy trivia night.
Ah, yes.
The Bairnsdale Footy Club.
Yeah. You had this.
Had an idea, had a dream.
Idea. You had a dream. You're like Martin Luther King.
Yep.
And you thought, I'm going to change the face of the world. I'm going to come up with a heap of questions about footy.
Yep.
And tell them.
Well, someone once said to me, to make big money, you got to make money when you're not there.
That's right.
And in comedy,
And
that's hard because
yeah.
you've always got to be there. For example, like if you're a lone Sparky, that's not a great example because they charge a fucking fortune.
But you still got to be there.
You've still got to be there. But once you start putting on people,
Yes.
and you can be in the Bahamas, bloody celebrating digit round. If you've got people back at home working for you, still got money coming in, and it's pretty hard in the comedy game. So
That's
came up
running
with
gigs. That's how
running
you
gigs.
can do it.
Yes,
Because that's what I thought. Let's not get all business savvy here. We're going to get a bit serious. So I thought, if for some reason I do have a kid, I'm not going to be able to duck out to every gig. I'm going to have to, if I can get the fake boob on and fucking breastfeed the kid, and the missus might be at work. So I'm like, fuck, I can't do that gig. I need someone else to run it.
Can't take him to Arch Barker's gigs.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Archie, I've got the baby on the teat. Tell me to get out. So, so that's what I was thinking. So, trivia.
Yeah. No, you want to be, so I sort of stole the idea a bit off, not stolen, inspired by, Bogan Bingo. Because they used to do it, just go around and, there's only so much you can make when you've got to be there. But now, there's Bogan Bingo. There'd be Bogan Bingos all over Australia.
Oh, every bingo's a fucking Bogan Bingo.
True, in Albury-Wodonga. So, so came up with the idea of footy trivia. So it's like obviously trivia night with a footy theme, but I'm going to have all these little games and everything to play throughout the night. This is the first one, and to be honest, it's Monday and it's on Saturday. I've got some fucking work to do. Tell you what.
What would happen if
I just didn't turn up?
No.
Chance.
No, I'm just thinking football-wise, if something happened and football just wasn't a thing anymore, you'd be fucked.
I'd be fucked.
Your life is you just fucking eat a football and suck the laces. You love
Footy's,
it. You love it.
I do love it. It's a big part of my life.
It is.
And I do love grassroots footy. I love grassroots footy. I love like in the rooms with the Bears after the big win, and because it was the grand final reunion, all the players in the premiership from 30 years ago are in there, and like my kids were in there, and they were running around high-fiving everyone, and they think that's AFL.
Well, when you're a kid, like I remember, like the senior footballers, they were like men, and you'd see them kick, and like, geez, they can kick so far. And you seem so little back then.
Yep.
And they were like the AFL heroes, and you could go on the ground, you could see them, you could hear the coaches' addresses. You'd smell the liniment.
Yeah, so
it was good.
Anyway, it's the first one, and
good luck.
The goal is, I don't know how it'll go, but the goal is, I don't know you charge a footy club $1,200, pay someone $600 to do it for you, and you give them the template. I'm sure there'd be some up and coming comics that'd love to do it for $600. And
great.
And you don't have to be hilarious. Just once you got the template,
you just got to be able to talk into a microphone.
Tunes and
that's great, mate. You're a smart man.
I've never been to a fucking trivia night though, so
never. Trivia nights, they were always bigger than comedy nights, I reckon, at the footy clubs I did.
I don't reckon I've ever been to a trivia night.
You sure? Was there a trivia night where you might have thrown tomato into a fan?
Yes, there was. And
bit of Moon Man.
Yeah, Darren State, not happy with me that night.
Yeah, you saw him on Sunday.
He seemed happy to the show. Besides, if you had told me 30 seconds after he walked up to me for throwing a bit of tomato on the fan that he'd one day come and see my show, I would have said no chance, because he's threatening to fucking ban me from this club forever.
It probably wasn't great that, junior parents and all that were there. They looked like a fucking tossed salad by the time you threw 35 tomatoes into the fan.
That was because I had on my bear bucks.
Yeah.
Being a life member, I get a certain amount of bear bucks a year that you had to spend it on the bar. And I forgot about them, and it was the last round. So I had to spend them all in the last round.
Yeah, so you bought a carton of tomatoes. You should have bought booze, Tommy.
Anyway, this is thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Great times. I'll keep you posted on when that is going up on the Patreon. Jump on. We're going to be doing interviews. We're going to be we'll do just regular episodes as well, just a bit more in depth.
Yep.
But we're going to keep things ticking along there. So we do appreciate the support on the Patreon. To everyone who came out to the shows, came out to the live podcast, jump on our Instagram. Tom Siegert comedian, Evan Hocking. Get on the Good Banter Instagram. Tell your friends about the pod. And I can't wait for this Moon Man episode to come out.
We're inspired. This is a real line in the jizz. We're going to get that spike we've been chasing for a couple of years.
I think so.
It's happening.
But doesn't have to this week.
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do.
They're loyal though.
Loyal as the day is long.
Great people, men and women. Mainly men. But
wish we could have chatted to more of you.
I know. Sorry. Maybe we need. It's like trivia. We need to employ a few people to go chat.
Well, we could get your brother to do it.
He could do it. He got confused. One bloke thought I was him.
Yep.
Yeah.
We could get
You get Pickles?
Look like me.
No, we could just go chat to
Pickles
people.
Could go as you. And I could get Nathan Lyon.
You could. Or you could just get people who don't look like us, but bloody Benny McEwen, he came on Saturday night.
Oh, Ronnie McEwen.
Yeah, he came out and he was chatting to Kristen, and Jesus, he's got a great memory for every episode. He
with the beard.
Yeah,
he was a good banter encyclopedia.
Yeah,
he knew more than me. He knew I was at the bar and I just ordered a couple of meals and a couple of beers, and I forgot my PIN number, and he came over the top and he said, 4976, Tommy. And I was like, thanks, mate.
You said it on episode 32 accidentally.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
He was going through my bins when I got home last night, which was a bit crook. So, thanks for listening, mate, but maybe give us a bit of space.
Thanks to everyone who did come out. We do appreciate it. So,
and Joshy Gordon, Dan Gordon, get on to us because I want to fucking mainly find out what's going on with that hair, mate. We've got to find out what's happening.
Nut it out. So.
Is it worth doing?
Yeah. I reckon you look good with a Lego hat like that, the Lego head.
You guys wouldn't know, and it hangs shit on me at all if I came out with that. They're going to be very supportive.
That's it. Good banter.